Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bub Report. This is a special live stream of the Bub Report. We are coming to you from Baltimore, Maryland, where this evening the International Black World Conference will be honoring the late, great Maurice Bishop of Grenada. And we will be bringing this special event to you as a town hall. We would apologize in advance because there are some internet connectivity issues here. But this is certainly a very special event for Grenada and for the late Prime Minister of the country, Maurice Bishop. In fact, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell is supposed to be headlining this event this evening. We understand that he will not be here in person, but that he will, in fact, be making a virtual presentation accepting the award and the accolades on behalf of the late Maurice Bishop. So we are going to be bringing some live coverage to you of this event this evening, and we're going to be getting some Grenadians. They are, in fact, Grenadian folks who reside in the Baltimore, Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, and some of them are, in fact, here for this event. So we are going to try and have them speak with us as this particular town hall meeting gets going. So stand by, and we will be right back with some further coverage on the special event this evening here from Baltimore. So, folks, we are now joined by Wendy Hestick. Wendy, just come on in the frame a little bit, and you are. I see you brought your Grenadian flag here this evening.
Yes.
I know you were born in Ghana, but you consider yourself also a woman of the Caribbean and a proud Grenadian.
Absolutely.
So tell us, why did you come here this evening?
Well, I believe that the Prime Minister is onto great things. I
Mhm.
loved Maurice Bishop, and I adore Deacon Mitchell,
Mhm.
and I believe in him. So I had to come and support him
Mhm.
as part of the Guyana, the
Absolutely.
Grenada diaspora.
Yeah. So people tend to think that there isn't a Grenadian diaspora in the Mid-Atlantic states, but
There is.
there are a bunch of us here, right?
Yes, yes. Especially in Maryland.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us, reflecting on this conference, why is this conference significant, and why should people see this conference as an important activity?
It is a very important activity because we are on the cusp of pursuing reparations.
Yeah.
In a sense, Grenada has made a strong step forward with its recent move in that direction.
Yeah.
And so that this will be covered here.
Mhm.
And the fact that young blood, young people from Grenada, or Prime Minister is being honored,
Mhm.
and also given some tribute to a well-deserved tribute to Maurice Bishop.
Mhm.
I had to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And do you see a through line between Bishop and where we are now in terms of issues of reparations, for example?
Yes.
He was an advocate. He was an
Absolutely.
avid post-colonialist.
Yes.
Yeah, he believed in the Caribbean civilization in many respects.
Yes.
Talk about that through line.
I started taking an interest. My father is Grenadian and from St. David's.
Mhm.
But I started taking an strong interest in Grenada since '73.
Mhm.
So that was right in the heart of things.
Right.
And so, and then in Guyana, I was also part of the young socialist movement,
Mhm.
pre- prepared young people being prepared by Forbes Burnham.
Right.
So this was a common thread to
Mhm.
follow,
Mhm.
and I just thought he was doing great things, and I supported him then.
Yeah.
And this is why I support the current Prime Minister,
Mhm.
because I see some similarities.
You do see some. What are some of those similarities?
Well, the youthfulness, the dynamism, the people first. Um, I remembered this thrust to educate older people in Grenada in the 70s to, to those who weren't educated. How many times I went to Grenada, and on the plane, people asked me to fill out forms for them. So he knew that there was a need for literacy. We knew that agriculture was important. And and I'm going to take this opportunity to say I am in the process, because I'm an active senior. I'm about to be 70, but I would like to
I like
engage.
that term, active senior.
I am. I still play my tennis and some netball, not much. But basically, I feel seniors, we are going to have to tap into that population. And I would love, I'm in the process of writing a program for a agricultural intergenerational center for Grenada, because our youth need the wisdom of the aged, um, to prepare them, and we need agriculture. I have some products that I couldn't find in Grenada, and it's easily grown there, and I'd like to have that process almost immediately. And it's important to get something started to connect the two generations.
Right, right. Yeah, absolutely. And we do have one of the organizers here. He's actually going to be taking the mic shortly. So I believe this event is also dubbed as a town hall.
Yes.
As we know that's something that the revolution did a lot of. And,
Yes. Yes.
and so that I'm sure that Maurice Bishop and the way that we connect him with uh, the repertory justice struggle would come up tonight, and how we
Yes.
strategize for this. Because so let's talk about this whole reparations question. Do you think that it's something that we can really accomplish?
I absolutely believe it. Perhaps not in my generation,
Uh-huh.
but certainly in my children who are in their 30s and 40s. And I will back it until I die. I will support it until I die.
Why is that significant, or why should that be significant for us?
Because of the injustice, because we worked for free. It was free labor. It was, I call it human trafficking. It was a crime against humanity, and I feel that it needs to be compensated in every which way it can
Yeah.
be.
And that's one of the things the conference is addressing. You know, issues of reparations is on the list there. I'm looking at the schedule. PJ Patterson, Deacon Mitchell, Prime Minister of Grenada, former Prime Minister PJ Patterson of Jamaica, Dr. Garvey, who of course Dr. Ron Daniels is up there now.
Right.
So we do have that important. Uh, Dr. Hilary Beckles is also supposed to be here. So
Yeah.
this is a high-profile Black event in
It
many
is.
respects.
It is. It is. And I live in North Potomac, but I had to come. I drove
Yeah.
all the way in.
And you brave that DMV traffic.
Yes.
We know how bad the traffic is here.
Yes. Yes. It's traffic all day, every day. But I had to be here, and I had to support the Prime Minister
Yeah.
of Grenada.
Right. Absolutely.
So
Well, let's see how the proceedings will unfold. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
thank you.
for being on our live stream this
and
evening.
continue the good work. I depend on young people like you and Callistra and all the others that are stepping forward. I really depend on you to push the good work in Grenada.
Absolutely. I will pass on those, and thank you for that. And we will continue to do that good work.
Okay.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you.
Yes, viewers and listeners. So that's one of the participants here who decided to come out and be a part of this town hall this evening. Again, if you're just joining us, we are here at the IBW 21 conference, which is the State of the Black World Conference. And the theme of this year's conference is Global Africans Rising, Empowerment, Reparations, and Healing. Thank you. And I was actually just given a Grenadian flag here to be part of the, by a Grenadian. She reminded me, yes, that she was given by a Grenadian. Yes. So this is where we are. So the theme of the conference: Global Africans Rising, Empowerment, Reparations, Healing. This is actually day one of the conference. So for those of you in the DMV area, that's the District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia area, you can certainly join this conference for the next couple days. Most of the events are actually open to the general public. So today, we are now going to get started with the evening session, which is called the National International Town Hall Meeting. And the facilitator will be Dr. Ron Daniels. He is the president of the International Black World. Um, and of course, Don Rojas was Maurice Bishop's press secretary, the late Maurice Bishop's press secretary. He would be doing a video collage presentation in honor of the late Prime Minister Maurice Bishop. And then there will be a memorial tribute and address by Deacon Mitchell. As we understand it, he's not going to be here in person, but certainly we believe that address will be delivered virtually on behalf of the government and the people of Grenada. Then also who was supposed to be a keynote presenter was supposed to be um, the Honorable Francia Marquez, who is the first Afro-Colombian president of the Republic of Colombia. She's also, we believe, is supposed to be here. Vice President, yes, Vice President. We do not know if she's going to be here, but she's also one of the featured speakers. And then that will be followed by a panel discussion this evening, and the summary of the event, summary remark, closing remarks, and an IBW Legacy Award is supposed to be delivered by Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee from the uh, state of Texas. She's an African American congresswoman who would also be attending this event. So again, the highlight of this event, in case you're just joining us, is the tribute that will be paid to former Grenadian Prime Minister Maurice Bishop uh, for this event. Of course, Sir Hilary Beckles is supposed to be here as well. And again, the theme of this year's conference, in which Maurice Bishop is being honored, is Global Africans Rising, Empowerment, Reparations, and Healing. So what I will do now is to see if I find some more Grenadians, other Grenadians in the audience. Folks are slowly coming in, and certainly we're going to see how this particular event will unfold.
So it's a conference in which we come together to look at the condition of the entire African world,
Yeah.
all regions, to look at the critical issues and hopefully not only to network but also to come up with some practical solutions to some of the problems facing us as a global African
Mhm,
people.
mhm.
And I look forward to. I'm here until Sunday.
Yeah.
I look forward to spending the 4 days just being in a positive, conscious, Pan African environment,
Mhm,
taking in,
mhm.
listening to fellow Pan Africanists,
Yes.
hearing about the struggles all over the world,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just taking it in and recharging my batteries.
What does it say that the theme of this year's conference is reparations? Do you believe that the selection of this particular theme reflects the momentum that the reparations movement seems to be
Oh,
gaining?
yes, definitely. In
Yeah.
fact, my feeling is that the reparations idea, the reparations philosophy is driving many other areas of our activism and our diplomacy or our developmental thought
Mhm.
beyond just the narrow parameters of the reparations campaign for African enslavement. So, for example, the climate justice,
Yes.
the drive underpinning underpinning the campaign for climate justice
Mhm.
is the reparations idea,
Yes.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, underpinning the campaign for the reform of the international financial institutions
Mhm.
and to insist that um, achieving the sustainable developmental goals for developing countries must be put front and center of these reformed institutions. That's the reparations impulse driving those movements as well. So yes, I don't think you can overestimate the impact and the importance of the reparations idea and movement.
Mhm. Mhm. And that is something that Prime Minister Mia Mottley articulated. She was able to make that connection, that through line between
You were
the
very
Industrial
you are
Revolution.
very perceptive, sir.
I am.
I think she has brought. I think because as we pursue, okay, we
Yeah.
started on the reparations campaign in 2013,
Yes.
but as we pursue it, our understanding of reparations is developing, is evolving, and I think that is the dimension that she has brought
Mhm.
to the campaign, that she's taken it into this area of reparations in terms of reforming the international economic and political order, that international political and economic order that has its roots in those centuries of enslavement and oppressive exploitation of African people,
Mhm.
and that those structures have to be reformed if justice and repair are to be delivered
Mhm.
to African people, who are the victims of
Yeah.
those centuries of
Yeah,
oppression.
absolutely. And do you believe? I mean, you recently the royal family in well, King Charles, who has never been one to be, I suppose, following tradition in many respects, as they say. But he came out and he said that they will study reparations, or study at least their family's role in colonialism and slavery. Is there any on your part? Do you believe that those are genuine attempts, or is this just part of just getting on the bandwagon and engaging in window dressing?
No, I suspect it is genuine. I don't know for sure,
Yeah.
but I suspect so. I suspect so because number one, he came to Barbados to participate in our transition to republic ceremony,
Yes.
and he used the opportunity to speak publicly about Britain's shameful record of
Mhm.
slavery in Barbados.
Yeah.
Then he followed that up by going to the Commonwealth Heads of Government conference
Mhm.
in Rwanda, where he gave the opening address. And in that address, he said that he is learning more about slavery. That he's shocked by some of the things he's learned. He's recognizing more and more that these negative consequences are still with us today. And he went on to say that this is a conversation whose time has come. To me, when he said that, he was sending a message to his British government. His British government that came to the Caribbean in the form of then Prime Minister David Cameron and told the Caribbean people, forget about it. It's in the past. We're not dealing with that. Forget. So I think, I suspect that he was then Prince Charles.
Yeah.
He's now King Charles. That he is trying to send a message to his own British government. He's a constitutional monarch, so he has to be very careful. He cannot contradict the policy
Of the
of the
government.
government,
Yeah.
and he cannot run ahead of the policy of the government. Otherwise, the royal family would run the risk of perhaps even being abolished, right? He will be conscious of these constitutional niceties, and but I think in his own way, he's saying to them, this is the direction you need to be going in.
All right.
But we'll see. We can't be sure about these things, but I would give, based on his consistent record of raising this issue, I would be willing to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay. All right. Ambassador, it's so good to meet you in person.
Yes, sir.
And,
Yes, I remember when I appeared on your show.
That's right.
From Washington D.C.
That's right. Yep.
Yes,
And it's good to have you in the city. And of
Yes.
course, this evening they're honoring
Yeah.
Maurice Bishop, as you know, the late Prime Minister of Grenada. And I'm sure that this is a proud moment for many Grenadians.
And I would like you to know
Yes.
that my ancestry is Grenadian.
Okay.
My father, Reverend Vivian Comishon, is from St. Paul's in Grenada. And in fact, my father visited Maurice Bishop in the dark, scary days. My father visited him in prison and told me about Maurice being in. He was dressed in a underwear, bloody underwear. He had been beaten, and my father came back to Barbados and denounced the treatment of Maurice Bishop and his comrades. So to see Maurice Bishop being honored and his legacy being lifted up is very meaningful to me as well. And one of the giants of our Caribbean civilization.
Absolutely. All right, Ambassador. Thank you again.
Good, my brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. That's Ambassador David Comijal. He is Barbados's ambassador to CARICOM, but he is also he does a lot of reparations work. I believe he is on the reparations committee of Barbados. He is representing his prime minister, Mia Mottley, at this event this evening. So we are going to stand by, folks, as the conference, the evening session is about to get started, and we are certainly going to keep our live stream going for the address by Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell of Grenada when that time comes. So stand by and do continue to watch this live stream this evening.
about that? They done heard a whole lot of that story. What are you producing? So Charles ran free political prisoners, prisoners of war, reparations, all that. But in the meantime, he's built houses, schools, parks. So they can't move him because he has demonstrated that the material conditions have changed. He's blocked gentrification. He stopped the cold gentrification. But he was chairman of the education committee for city council and a staunch advocate for higher education. So what he did was, he said, I'll go to that meeting. He went to the vice chancellor. No, don't get it right now. I'm on a roll now. I'm doing stand-up. We went to the vice chancellor. And so when I went to the vice chancellor, he said, thank you. I'm going to send you the 3 colleges.
So viewers and listeners, what we're going to do at this point is that we are going to stop the stream, and we will get back when the proceedings get underway. Thank you. When the proceedings get underway, we are going to resume the stream. Right now, some of the guests are not here as yet, but once the town hall gets going, we are going to resume the stream, hopefully by 8:30. So thank you all for tuning in, the small but the mighty viewers and listeners who are tuning in this evening. So stay with us, and we will be back again in about 30 minutes or so.